Narmer, Menes, in the Old Kingdom of Ancient Egypt. Approximately 3100 to 2890 before Common Era. Narmer, also known as Menes, is a central figure in the early history of ancient Egypt, marking the transition from the pre-dynastic period to the early dynastic period. His reign represents not only political unification but also cultural consolidation and administrative innovation along the Nile Valley. This comprehensive essay aims to provide a thorough exploration of Narmer's rule, examining his multifaceted contributions to one of the world's oldest civilizations. Introduction to Narmer, Menes. Narmer is traditionally credited with the unification of Upper and Lower Egypt, a momentous event in ancient Egyptian history. The name Narmer is derived from ancient Egyptian sources, while Menes is the Greek name later historians attributed to him. His reign not only marked political consolidation but also set the stage for the development of a unified Egyptian state governed by divine kingship and centralized authority. Early life and rise to power. Details about Narmer's early life are scant, as is typical of ancient rulers whose biographies often blend myth and historical fact. He likely hailed from a noble lineage in Upper Egypt, possibly from the city of Thinis or Hierakonpolis, regions known for their political influence and strategic importance in pre-dynastic Egypt. Narmer's rise to power was likely facilitated by strategic alliances, military campaigns, and marriage alliances with influential families across Upper and Lower Egypt, positioning him as a prominent leader in the region. Unification of Egypt. The unification of Upper and Lower Egypt under Narmer is vividly depicted on the famous Narmer palette, a ceremonial artifact discovered in Hierakonpolis. This palette serves as a visual narrative of Narmer's military achievements and his symbolic conquest of Lower Egypt. The unification not only brought political stability but also facilitated the integration of cultural practices, religious beliefs, and administrative systems across the newly unified kingdom. This pivotal event solidified Narmer's position as the first pharaoh of unified Egypt and established a precedent for dynastic rule that would endure for centuries. Political and administrative reforms. Narmer's reign witnessed the establishment of a centralized administration, essential for governing a unified Egypt effectively. He introduced administrative reforms that standardized taxation, regulated resource management, and formalized judicial processes. The capital likely alternated between Memphis in Lower Egypt and Thinis or Hierakonpolis in Upper Egypt, reflecting Narmer's efforts to maintain control over both regions and consolidate his authority across the kingdom. These administrative reforms were instrumental in fostering economic growth, ensuring social stability, and reinforcing the divine mandate of kingship under Narmer's rule. Architectural and cultural achievements. Narmer's era marked significant advancements in architecture and urban planning. He initiated ambitious construction projects, including fortresses, temples, and ceremonial complexes, which served not only as symbols of royal power but also as centers of religious worship and administrative governance. These monumental structures, such as the early precursors to the Great Pyramids, underscored Egypt's growing prosperity and centralized authority under Narmer's rule. They also showcased the kingdom's cultural richness and technological prowess, laying the foundation for the architectural achievements that would define subsequent dynasties. Religious and ritualistic practices. Religion played a central role in Narmer's governance, as evidenced by the construction and renovation of temples dedicated to various deities across Egypt. He upheld traditional religious rituals, such as offerings, festivals, and state-sponsored ceremonies, which were integral to maintaining cosmic order, ma'at, and ensuring divine favor for the prosperity and security of the kingdom. Narmer's association with Horus, the falcon god of kingship, underscored his divine mandate to rule and protect Egypt as a chosen intermediary between the gods and mortal realm. These religious practices and beliefs were integral to the social cohesion and ideological framework that underpinned ancient Egyptian society during Narmer's reign. Economic prosperity and trade. Narmer's reign contributed to economic prosperity through the expansion of trade networks and diplomatic relations with neighboring regions. Egypt's strategic location along the Nile facilitated trade in luxury goods, agricultural products, and raw materials, which enriched the kingdom's economy and strengthened its international influence. Narmer's policies aimed at promoting commerce and establishing trade routes fostered cultural exchange and diplomatic alliances with neighboring states, further enhancing Egypt's status as a dominant power in the ancient Near East. Legacy of Narmer. Menes. Narmer's legacy extends beyond his role as the unifier of Egypt. It encompasses his enduring impact on subsequent pharaohs and the trajectory of ancient Egyptian civilization. His establishment of dynastic rule laid the groundwork for the concept of pharaonic authority and centralized governance that characterized Egypt's political structure for centuries. The administrative, cultural, and architectural reforms initiated during Narmer's reign formed the basis upon which future dynasties would build, ensuring Egypt's status as a cultural and political powerhouse in the ancient world. His legacy as the first pharaoh of unified Egypt remains a testament to his visionary leadership and enduring contributions to the shaping of ancient Egyptian history and identity. Archaeological discoveries and modern interpretations. Modern scholarship continues to unravel new insights into Narmer's reign through ongoing archaeological excavations and scholarly research. Discoveries such as the Narmer palette, tomb artifacts, and inscriptions provide valuable evidence of ancient Egyptian society, governance, and cultural practices during Narmer's rule. Interpretations of these findings evolve, offering nuanced perspectives on Narmer's achievements, challenges, and lasting legacy as a foundational figure in ancient Egyptian history. The study of Narmer continues to enrich our understanding of early dynastic Egypt and its profound influence on subsequent civilizations in the ancient world. Conclusion. Narmer, known as Menes in later historical accounts, stands as a towering figure in the annals of ancient Egyptian history. His unification of Upper and Lower Egypt not only consolidated political power but also established a cultural and administrative framework that shaped the development of one of the world's oldest civilizations. Narmer's reign exemplifies the intersection of myth and history, where divine kingship and earthly governance intertwined to forge a unified Egyptian state under his leadership. His achievements as a visionary leader, lawmaker, and cultural patron continue to resonate through the millennia, leaving an indelible mark on the history and legacy of ancient Egypt.